Well, hello. Today we're going to be talking about how different Hondas and Mazda Speeds are, and namely, why Honda guys always hate Mazda Speed 3s. Let's just go.
Yeah, I'm on call with a hit or two. No small coffee, and Mr. News pull up with a flex on the ball at the back.
So if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically 75% of people I personally know that have had a Honda, then buy a Mazda Speed, always go back to a Honda or some other Japanese low-powered box, to be honest. They claim that they really didn't like the Mazda Speed. We've got to talk about why that is and how they're so different. But first of all, let's talk about how similar they are. They're both relatively cheap, they're dailyable, they're Japanese, they're hot hatches, usually on a front-wheel drive architecture. They're both super underrated in terms like street racing. You know, I've seen like a 480 wheel horsepower Z get beaten by a 400 wheel horsepower Speed 3. But then, you know, you could have some B18 non-turbo clapped out EG hatch that goes ahead and beats a 20 million horsepower Chevy Corvette. So then you have to ask yourself, how can two such similar cars be so different that one person who likes one of them hates the other one? We've got to talk about that. Okay, so now before we get started, I just have to say, I do like Hondas. It might sound like I'm bagging on them through this, but I'm not. I really like Hondas. And as you can tell from the channel, I also really like Speed 3s too, so yeah. So first of all, one numerical, easy to understand one is weight. A Speed 3 is about 1,480 kgs, while then an EP3 Type R is about 1,200. Then, you know, you look at your DC2s and EG hatches and all that, and they're like a ton. So yeah, weight, agility, bleh. But let's just keep going. Next up, with the luxuries, Hondas don't really have any. You know, with our Mazda Speeds, we've got our Bose sound system, our cruise control, even the interiors. The Mazda Speed ones look so nice and sporty. You know, you've got the leather suede seats. While inside, a Honda feels a lot rawer and, well, shittier. But I get why this is sort of a good thing that some people prefer. In fact, it's why I really don't like new cars. All these features distract you from driving. And even the interior as well, like in the Mazda Speed 3, everything is basically good, not biased or anything. The interior is good, the driving experience is good, all the features are good, the quality of materials is good. But in a Honda, the only thing that is good is the driving experience. So that's all you focus on. You don't get distracted. You enjoying it? If you are, you should just tickle that like button surely. Perhaps subscribe, more Mazda Speed content. Next onto it is the rawness. Hondas have a lot more NVH, if you don't know what that is, noise, vibration, and harshness. So, you know, in a Honda you have a lot more road noise, a lot more engine noise. How much, you know, the shifter and the wheel vibrates will be noticeably more. It's less refined and more connected. And I know the Mazda Speed 3 isn't a refined, it still is very raw and it's got way more NVH than any of its rivals, GTI, ST, blah blah blah. It's got that mechanical shift, that hydraulic steering. But the Hondas are just rawer. And then we gotta now talk about the engines, because this is where the main difference is. You see, the power delivery in a Honda, with a Honda, you have to ring it out right up till the red line, because there's no power down low. In a Mazda Speed 3, the power comes in hard quite early with that turbo, but then it dies off because it's turboed. You know, a Mazda Speed 3 has quite a bit more torque than it does power, but then a Honda has no torque, and well, power to be honest, but it has a lot more power than it has torque. And next up, continuing with the engine, is sort of reliability and how much you can beat on it. In a Honda, you can smash the limiter, you can do rollbacks if you don't know what they are. Watch this. yeah, that's a rollback. If you don't do oil changes in Hondas, or you don't let them warm up, and then you rag it, nothing is really going to happen at all. Whereas with our Mazdaspeeds, you have to do all the maintenance, the oil changes, spark plugs, you have to let it warm up and cool down for it to be reliable. AKA, you need to show mechanical sympathy. But a Honda, you don't need to. You can absolutely abuse it and it will be fine. Now with all that, don't think I'm trying to say that the Mazdaspeed 3 is not a great car. In fact, it is better, I'm gonna say. Honda boys, you probably gonna hate, but whatever. You know, it's faster. In a straight line, it's about the same as a FK2 Type R. It's got an LSD as standard. It's got hydraulic steering when a lot of Hondas don't. I know you guys will show me your EG hatches, but yeah, that's a car from about 1763. Even the EP3s, which are from what, 2002, have electric steering. Not great. The Mazdaspeeds are faster around racetracks. They have a way better interior, and it's more refined to drive. But it's still, a driver's car is still raw. You can still feel the road. The car still communicates with you, and it is still fun to drive. But to sort of put it into a sentence so you can understand, in a Honda, the fun comes from trying to rag it, to try to not use the brakes as much, and really wringing out that engine. Where in a Mazdaspeed, the fun comes from trying to control the torque steer, keeping it in boost while trying to corner as hard as you can. It's more of a handful. It's more of a hooligan. It's just a bit crazier. Though it's more refined, so you make your decision. The one thing I must say, if you don't like the Mazdaspeed 3 and you like Hondas, you're probably not gonna like many turbocharged cars, because really it is the ultimate essence of a turbocharged car. The power comes in hard, and it's really addictive. There's lag, and then as you get up the top it sort of dies down, the red line's lower. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time.